Why did Palpatine create Snoke? It's one of the bigger questions on everyone's mind after the rise of Skywalker. In this movie, we learn that Palpatine created Snoke by way of cloning technology, but we don't get much information outside of that. There are some lines throughout the trilogy and within the novels that suggest Palpatine was merely using Snoke as a puppet, while others lead us to believe that while Snoke was designed by the Emperor, he was still his own man operating on his own will. In the novelization of The Force Awakens, Snoke reveals that he has seen the rise and fall of the Empire, indicating that if Palpatine did create him, it was a very long time ago. But this wouldn't make sense as Vader was by the Emperor's side throughout the Empire's reign, and Palpatine did not think Vader was going to turn on him the way he did. Nor would Snoke be able to serve his main purpose at this time. The Emperor did know that Vader could turn on him eventually, but he didn't expect it at all in that moment. Disney has also told us that Palpatine created Snoke to essentially act as a pawn in turning Ben Solo to the dark side. This leads us to believe that Snoke was created post-Return of the Jedi. If that's true, then Snoke could not have witnessed the Empire at all, unless Darth Sidious was the one saying these things. It's more likely that Snoke functioned independently to complete Palpatine's agenda, but the Emperor still had the ability to take control of Snoke when necessary. I think this is confirmed to some degree in Episode 9, when Palpatine says to Kylo Ren, "Snoke trained you well," implying that Palpatine was not in complete control of everything Snoke did. But it would also explain why Snoke claims to have witnessed these events. He was simply pre-programmed by Palpatine with one goal: to turn Ben Solo into Kylo Ren. Snoke is not aware, however, that his master created him as a stepping stone, more or less, for Kylo's ascension, and there is evidence to back this up. The Rise of Skywalker Visual Dictionary explains this relationship, saying, Snoke's entire existence has been built for this moment, to be the final test for Kylo Ren. The Supreme Leader has tested Ren's worthiness as a disciple to inherit the Sith legacy. Snoke is not Sith, but his role has been designed to act as a final crucible, to groom and mold Ren into a master of not only attack, but also cunning. The dictionary also tells us that Snoke was created to have a particular focus on Ren's conscious mind, which makes Kylo's betrayal of his master even more impressive. This act marks Kylo's completion of his training and shows Sidious that he is now worthy to take the throne of the Sith. This explanation tells us that Palpatine created Snoke to help turn Kylo Ren. Palpatine himself could not achieve this, whether due to Ben's perception of him or because of his physical injuries. It's also pretty safe to assume that the Emperor would not want to risk being betrayed again. However, the Sith Lord was still pulling the strings all along, waiting for his next apprentice to complete his training. This calls a whole new set of story points into question. What was Palpatine's endgame? Who was to ascend the throne? Rey or Kylo? Rey tells Finn that she had a vision of her and Kylo on the throne of the Sith together, but Palpatine tells the two of them separately that the throne is meant to be theirs alone. He tells Rey that he never wanted to kill her, and that his objective was always for her to take his place as Empress Palpatine. I guess the most logical answer is that this was just his way of getting both of them to fully embrace the dark side before taking the throne together. Or maybe he simply wanted them to fight each other, one of them eventually dying, proving that the survivor was the most worthy. The ancient Sith rule of two seems to confirm that his goal would be for the two to join forces. I'm sure in the following weeks and months we will get more information on why Palpatine created Snoke and how Palpatine survived. But with the little bit of information we have right now, we are left to make assumptions and theories on what we believe was the intention of this film. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like to support the channel, subscribe if you're new, and as always, may the Force be with you.